All right, guys. We're doing 210 notes right here. Um, so we're talking about percent change. All right. So a percent change is an expression of amount of change as a percent from the original amount. Um, we'll talk more about that. So if the new amount is greater than the original amount, the percent change is called a percent increase, right? And then if the new amount is less than the original amount, the percent change is called a percent decrease. So it's going to be one of those two things. It's either going up in price or down in price. The nice thing about this section is it has to do with money. And so a lot of us can visualize that very easily. Um, one second. All right. So we have the formula right here. Okay, so this is what you guys are going to be following. We got the formula for percent change is percent. So in order to find our percent answer, it's going to equal the amount of increase or decrease. We have to actually find the amount of the increase or decrease, and we're going to divide that by the original amount. Okay, so we're going to divide that by the original cost. The one thing that we have to make sure that we always do is when we actually get our answer, we will get a decimal as a percent. Okay, and we need to move the decimal 2 places to the right. Okay, that is extremely important, and I'll show you guys some examples of that as well. So let's look at a few. So we want to identify whether the percent change is going to be an increase or decrease. And then we want to find the percent of the change. So if the original amount was $10, but now you went back to the store and it actually moved up $12, that's probably supply and demand, right? So it's not often you see the increase of price. But some of you guys who are coffee lovers, you'll know that there was a white chocolate shortage a lot last year. And so Starbucks coffee raised because they had a lot of because of supply and demand, right? So it was harder to get white chocolate, so they increased the price. So this is going to be a price increase. So I'm going to write out increase. Okay. And then I actually have to find what is the percent of the increase. Okay. So if we go back to our formula, we need to know the amount of the increase or decrease. So we have to find the change, right? So I can do math to do that. I can do 12 minus 10. So we have to find the change. And then whatever that is, we are going to divide it by the original amount. So we're going to divide it by 10. All right, so if we do this one step at a time, this is going to turn into 12 minus 10 is 2. And then 2 divided by 10. That is going to be our answer. So now we have to take out our calculator, and we have to do 2 divided by 10. So I'll take out mine. I have my phone right next to me, divided by 10. And you're going to notice that it's going to give you a decimal, right? So 0.2. So that is not our answer because we want a percent. Okay, we want a percent. So what we need to do is we actually need to change this we need to move it 2 places to the right. So you guys might have remembered back in the day when your teachers might have gone like this, right, and made these. And whenever there was an empty spot, we'd put in a 0. Okay, so we're moving it 2 spaces to the right. We're going to add a 0. And instead of the decimal point now, we're going to do a percent sign. Okay, so our answer is going to be actually 20%. Another way you can do that is if you take the 0.2 and you times it by 100 in your calculator, you're going to get the answer. So basically moving it 2 to the right, right? That's what the 2 zeros represent right there. You're going to get the answer of 20. And notice that our answer is 20%. All right, so the next one. The original amount was 72. We love saving money. We love discounts. The new amount is 67. So this is going to be a decrease. All right, but a decrease of how much? Let's find. So we're going to do 72, our big number, minus our small number, 67. And that's all going to be over our original amount, which is 72. Okay, so we go ahead and we do our 72 minus 67. 72 minus 67, which is 5. And then 5 divided by 72 gives you 0.069. Okay, so again, we need to move that decimal spot 2 to the right. So 1, 2, and that's where the new decimal goes. Okay, so you'll notice any number under 10, any percent under 10 will always have a 0 in front of it. So this is going to be 6.9%. So we're roughly getting a 7%. So 7% decrease. Okay, this is a 20% increase. All right. So we got a few more problems, and then we're going to try those on your own down there. So we have 2 right here. So this is, you have to think about it a little bit more, but the same thing. In 1990, the price of a gallon of unleaded gasoline was $1.37. In 1988, it was $1.02 per gallon. What is the decrease expressed as a percent change? So we already know, it's already telling us that it's a decrease, right? So we went from 137 to 102. So we're going to take our 137 and we're going to subtract 102. And then we're going to put that all over our original price. Our original price was 1990. That's the earlier date. And in 1990, it was $1.37. So at this point, we need to take out our calculator and simplify this. So 137 minus 102 is our first step. 137 minus 102. That gives us 37 cents. So we had a 37 cents decrease. 35 cents decrease all over $1.37. So now what was the percent change of this decrease? Well, let's find out. We do 0.35 divided by 137 divided by $1.37. That gives you 0.255, which I round up to 2.6. And then we're going to go ahead and move this decimal spot twice. 1, 2. And we get a 26% decrease. There you go. All right. And then last but not least, we got the last one right here. In the mid-2008 era, the price of a gallon of lead gasoline was $4.02. In 1990, okay, so that was a little longer ago, it was only $1.37 per gallon. What was the increase expressed as a percent change? So now we're looking for increase. Okay, so the original amount, so this is where it gets a little tricky, guys. So we want the amount of increase or decrease over the original amount. So the price, so 2008 and 1990. So let's go 402. So we have to find the amount that it increased or decreased. Okay. So we go 402 minus $1.37. Oh, that's a big one. So that's $2.65. Okay. $2.65. Now that all needs to go over the original amount. So for this one, our original amount is 2008 the original, or is 1990 the original? Well, 1990 is an earlier date. So that's going to be our original amount. So we're going to divide that by 137. And we already noticed, well, that top number is bigger than the bottom number. Okay, so this is going to be a big percent. So we're going to take that number and we're going to divide it by $1.37, which gives us 193. All right, so we still need to move that decimal twice. 1, 2, and what that ends up giving us is 193% increase. So that's a huge increase. That oil company just made almost 200% profit in a few years. Talk about bang for your buck. Okay. So, guys, use these as examples. We're just working with money here, and you guys are going to try these ones down here on your own. If you guys have questions, as always, make sure you guys give us a ring. We'll answer those for you.